Hello, everyone. So this is a podcast for Algebra 2 for evaluating functions. So in prior classes, you guys have probably seen function notation. If you haven't in a while, let me just write a couple. So this is just the equation of a line, something that you're used to. Say y is equal to 3x minus 2. Let's say I had another equation, and it was y is equal to a half an x plus 6. If I wanted to talk to you about these, I'd have to say the whole equation for you to know which one I'm talking about. So we've developed a different notation for it. And that notation, if I do it for, say, the first one, it could be f of x is equal to 3x minus 2. That's not very clear. Let me try erasing that and writing it again. 3x minus 2. Let's say this one is g of x is equal to a half an x plus 6. They're expressing the same information, though it has this funny name in front of it. But what it allows you to do is distinguish between them. If I wanted you to look at the first one, I could say look at f of x. If I wanted you to look at the second one, I could say look at g of x. So in other words, I've given them a name. Okay? This notation, how it's written, how it's pronounced, say we go here, this is pronounced g of x. And I know from prior work that you guys have done, if I gave you this, you understood that there's an implied multiplication symbol here. But that's really the same thing as 3 times 2. There's no multiplication here. It's not g times x. That's not what it means. This is just a name. There's no work to be done here. There's no arithmetic or anything that's happening here. It's its name. This one is pronounced f of x. And like we saw up there, this one's g of x. It's just its name. This x indicates the variable that's being used in the equation. So if I erase all this and I wrote, how about a of r is equal to pi r squared. This r is just indicating this is the variable that's being used. It's just naming the variable. So it names the function and tells you what the variable is. Okay? So there's no arithmetic that's happening in this. So if I wanted you to find the area of a circle, say the radius is 5, I would say a of, come on, I don't know what that mess was. I would say a of 5 is equal to pi times 5 squared. That there's nothing that's happening here. It's just a of 5 is equal to 25 pi. Okay? Nothing happens here. It's just recording what you did. So when you go to do these, it says find g of negative 3. It's just saying they've put a negative 3 in for the x. So that's all you need to do is insert a negative 3 for the x. So it's negative, whatever you're filling in for x, and the x that you're filling in is negative 3. So that's 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. This one is saying h of negative 1. Again, I'm pronouncing that h of negative 1. That's how you say it. All it's saying is, hey, this x is negative 1. And if that's the variable, that's what you're filling in here, a negative 1. And there's an implied multiplication there. 3 times negative 1 plus 4. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, plus 4 is 1. Okay? F of x is negative 3x plus 5. Find f of negative 6. That is sitting in the x spot. That's the placeholder for x. So we're saying that is negative 6. So this is negative 6. So that's negative 3, times negative 6 plus 5. So that's 18 plus 5 is 23. Okay? This is the name of the assignment that you guys will have in Delta Math. Thanks for your time.